Hey, it's Kim. Thanks for joining me on today's video where I'm going to be setting up for the month of April. And I'm using my cut down Hobonichi Cousin. It's cut down to standard traveler's notebook size. I feel like I don't always mention that in all of my videos. So if you're new, this is a standard size Hobonichi Cousin. And that's the planner I'm currently using. So I'm going to be setting up for the month of April. And as I usually do, I will be using the April subscription kit from Sterling Ink. And I am currently actually part of the spring PR team for Sterling Ink. So I'm really excited about that. And also excited because that means I have a discount code for you. I'll pop the discount code right here on the screen. But it is Martin-20 for 20% off of your order that you put through sterlingink.com. And needless to say, I mean, like I said, I've been using Sterling Ink subscription kits every single month since January of 2022. I feel like that's since it started. I think it was January 2022 is when the company started offering subscription kits, and that's how long I've been using them. Not to mention, I would purchase stickers from the shop before there was a sub kit before then. And also I was part of the Facebook group and would download the freebies that come out every single month. So I am a fan, if all of that wasn't already clear. So anyway, I will be using that to set up for the month of April. And you'll just see a quick glimpse of how the months are turning out so far. We are now in the last week of March, so it's time to set up for April. And I have here my usual little sticky note reminding me of dates and things that I need to add to my calendar. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Something I didn't do this month, and I'm not sure how I feel about it, but I didn't actually put together a swatch page. I normally will put together a swatch page. I'm trying to find you one so I can show you like what it looks like here. So like this is my swatch page for February. So using the little freebie that kind of gives you a glimpse of all of the colors in the kit, that's what I'll put together, along with picking out some markers and some washes that I think will coordinate. I didn't do an actual page, even though, where is it? I set it up. And here, I just never filled it in. I think I will. I think I'll go back and do this. But a couple of weeks ago, I had already taken out all of the Tombow markers that I thought would coordinate and the washi tapes. So I've been set and ready, just didn't put it onto actual paper. So that's what I've grabbed for today, and that's what I'm going to be using to set up for this month. So in this video, we're going to be doing the monthly overview and also what I call my monthly collection pages. And those are pretty much where I have my habit tracker, my one line a day, my goals that I want to focus on for the month, and then I'll use this right side of the paper or side of the planner to reflect on the month. And I do that obviously at the end of the month. So for the time being, while the month is currently going on, I'll use this to house some sticky notes that I kind of use as my inbox throughout the month. So I'm going to be setting all of that up in today's video. I thought about doing weeklies as well, because I used to do that previously when I would do these plan with me's, but that makes the video super long. So I don't know if I'll separate that into another video, maybe just put that up as like a YouTube short if I do, you know, the weekly plan with me's. I'm not sure. Tell me what you would prefer. Would you prefer to see like a really long video of me setting up the monthlies, the collection pages, and all of the weeklies? Would you prefer just the monthly and the collection pages and then a separate video for the weeklies? Or make the weeklies like reels or shorts or whatever? Either way is good with me, but let me know what you think you would prefer. I know some of us don't love super long videos, and then others of us, like myself, I have to really be in the mood for it. So I'll put the really long video on the TV. That is normally my preferred method of viewing YouTube, while I'm doing something else, while I'm either planning myself, while I'm cleaning up, while I'm doing whatever. And that's typically how I prefer to watch those longer format videos. But let me know what you think. Let me know what you guys might prefer, and I'll surely take that into consideration. Alright, so to get started, all I'm doing is transferring all of my little page flags and sticky notes that I typically will park on the unused monthly. And these are just things to remind me of dates to schedule throughout the month. So that's what I use them. They just kind of float around from month to month. And I'm just wiping off like the sticky residue that goes left behind. Okay. So I'm going to set up for April, like I've mentioned 17 times already. And my format is pretty straightforward. As you can see from the previous months, I like a little deco in the top left. Washi on the bottom right. I will pencil in some, not pencil in, but put in some dates that I know are confirmed appointments. And then throughout the month, I will add additional things, maybe highlights of things that happened. It's normally adulting type things that I want to reference later. Like, when is the last time we got our carpets cleaned? I'll use a little sticky note to remind myself to schedule certain things throughout the month. Like for March, I reminded myself to schedule carpet cleaning. And then a reminder to do a quarterly check-in, and I do that in my business planning as well as my planners in general. I'll actually have a quarter 1 check-in video coming up very soon, since we are now nearing the end of the first quarter of 2022. So let's get started laying down some of the deco. And I've also prepped a bit before starting. I prepped by cutting down the calendar, the vellum calendar that comes in the subscription kit. It comes as a B6 size. So what I'll typically do is trim down some of the edge. I believe B6 is around 4.9 inches wide, something like that. So I'll trim it down to standard width, which is about 4.25 wide, so that I can tip it into my collection pages. So I did that already using my paper trimmer. And then here are the items in the kit. I find that I don't normally use these larger, like die cut kind of stickers, but I would like to find a place for them and really like make it a point to use them. And then these are the tabs for April, the small calendar, and then the thank you card that comes in the package, and everything is gorgeous and is used as deco in some sort. And here is the vinyl sticker that was on the packaging for the subscription kit. I always do save them. I'll trim off the tissue paper that's on the back and use this somewhere somehow. Maybe not in this monthly necessarily, but I definitely always use them somewhere. So here are the washi strips, and I typically will tend to put the thicker washi strip along the bottom here, and I have 2 pages of those. And then we have some large floral arrangements that comes with a larger scene sticker. It looks kind of like a greenhouse. Oh wait, no, that's a bed. With just windows on all sides. So a larger scene sticker there, and then some more floral arrangements with some scene stickers, more florals, and then these smaller stickers here, and then these are like the icon stickers, and then some of the corners and edges that you can use. I get all of mine in the washi version of the stickers. So there's the option to get the washi stickers, and it's just as it sounds, it's on like a washi backing. Feels kind of like washi paper, so it is not perfectly clear, but it is very translucent. I would say semi-transparent. So it blends into the page very nicely. The other option is the matte, I believe it's called matte vinyl. So that one is with a white backing for the sticker. So depending on your preference, I think either could work, but all of the stickers I'll be using today are the washi version of the stickers. So there's everything. So those are the stickers I'll be using. And then the Tombow markers I pulled out for this month. I have an N52, which is in the gray family, but it leans a little bit blue in my opinion. And then I have like a grayish greenish is 228. I'm trying to think of the name of the color. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but that is one that I commonly reach for because it's a really nice neutral type of green. And then these are the washies that I pulled. So all of these are primarily in the blue family. So I'll be using these. I would like to pull something else that's probably much more neutral, but I haven't figured out what that is going to be just yet. Because I imagine I'm not going to be using like all blue. Just blues here and there. Because a lot of the stickers have that bluish grayish kind of color in it. So just a bit to complement those. Oh, and the other one I pulled out is the Pentel, what is this called? Pentel sign pen. I think that's what they're called. And this color is pale pink. And I thought this really complemented the pinks that are in some of the florals. I thought that would look really nice together. I'm not sure how I'll use it just yet, but I pulled that one out as well. All right, let's get started. So again, like I said, I like to put this washi down at the bottom right side. And I'll just use my pencil to mark where I'll cut the sticker. And then up on the top left, I do have enough space because from this end all the way over to Saturday are months from March, or days from March. So I have this space to add a lot of deco should I want to, or should I need to. So I'm gonna put like the April label up there on the top left along with some washi. That is my framework. That is my plan. I'm just looking around for my pencil. And here it is. Somewhere. And I explained in a previous video that what I have been doing, I've actually been using the backings from these sticker sheets as sort of like reusable sticker sheets. It's a clear backing behind it, so I've been trying not to cut the backs of the stickers, just to cut the stickers on top of it, so that if there are like some stickers that I might receive in some happy mail that I want to save for journaling later, or like little pieces of washi, I will use these backing sheets to stick them on so I can come back to them when I'm journaling. But the good thing is, which I recently found out, and if you're in the Traveler's Notebook community, you may have found this out as well. In April, Traveler's Company is coming back out with those sticker books that they came out with for the B-Sides and Rarities collection. So I'm really excited about that. I'm going to pick up a few of those when that time comes. It's probably going to be mid-April, I'm thinking. And also, they're going to be coming out with the olive green Traveler's Notebook. And I know so many people are excited about that as well. I know I am, because that one that they came out was like a special edition back in 2017. It is absolutely beautiful. But of course we don't know if the one that they're coming out now is gonna look similar to that or what. But we will soon find out. So sticking with the pattern I've been using so far, I'm going to use one of these grid washi tapes. And originally I pulled out this one, which is kind of like a bluish purple. Very bold in the choice, and I really don't understand why I didn't just go with this one, which is a much lighter bluish grayish kind of color. But I believe for this purpose I'm gonna go with the lighter blue. Also, now that I'm looking at this, I kind of wish I put some washi down there. Maybe I'll do like a half strip. We'll see. As the page starts to fill up, I'll see what else there is and what else will complement what I have going on. So right now I'm looking at, I have my washies, my most used washies up on the wall in front of me. I'm trying to look to see which ones I might want to pull in to use with this also. I have these samples that I got, or not samples, but washies, and I just put the samples here so I can reference them later. See if any of these work well. Actually, this one's not bad. This one kind of looks like a notebook, but I like that it's gray and blue. Let me pull that one out. Okay, so that's this one right here. Not sure how well you can see that. So I like how it coordinates with the kit, for sure. It's a little left of center because it, you know, gives like composition notebook vibes, but I really do like it nonetheless. So which of these will I use? So these, I'm not sure, you can't really tell because it's the washi backing, but this is like a strip sticker here, and then this is another one on the other side, and it's just a straight line on the one side. So this sticker here up at the top has more of the lighter colors. This sticker down at the bottom has that darker purple flower, which I may want to incorporate in this, or do I want to stick to the lighter colors? I think I want to stick to the lighter colors. And I typically don't mind covering up the days or the dates on the calendar. I mean, I can, you know, use context to know what date I'm covering up. I'll just look at the, you know, nearby dates. That is not something that bothers me. I say that to note that I'm sure some of these stickers are going to overlap somewhere. I feel like, or they're going to overlap like the days or the dates, but I'm okay with that. I don't know. So this half sticker is gonna go somewhere there, and then April is, I just lost it. April is going to go up at the top there. You know what I'm thinking? I feel like I want this blue to go all the way over. I want that blue to go there. And then save that for a minute. I want this one to go right on top of the blue, all the way over to the right. So that would go there, and then I'm trying to envision where this other piece of washi would fit in. So I'll move that there and then move there. Huh. Nope. Okay, so I'm gonna put this one down right on top of this blue grid washi. And because I'm still at the front of the planner, the left side doesn't have a lot of pages behind it, so it's kind of hard to do that. I could have put something like another book underneath here. Let me see. Let's just use my phone. No, that doesn't really help. Anyway, maybe I'll use multiplication flashcards. Tell me you're a mom without telling me you're a mom. Anyway, so I'll use these here, or this here, I should say. I kind of wish I had lifted up that end piece of sticker. Can I? I probably will not be able to lift it up to layer it on top of this piece of washi. I don't typically really plan out like what I'm putting where or which stickers I'm going to use beforehand. I just don't. It's not that serious, but a lot of times, especially in instances like this, I kind of wish I had, because I feel like it might, you know, make my life a little bit easier, so that I'm not lifting up stickers and putting them back down and lifting them up. Yeah, that's fine. And then this is gonna go somewhere, don't know where just yet. And now I need the April label. I feel like this is crooked, but guess what? It's gonna stay crooked. So anyway, April is going to go, can I overlap it? I don't like to overlap stickers on top of each other, but I think in this instance it might. Not just like any stickers, but these stickers I don't really like to overlap them, because I want all of the beautiful florals to be fully displayed. But I do want this April label to be a little lower. It's alright. Oh, and why didn't you say something? I'm going to zoom you in so you can see a little bit better. I said, why didn't you say something, as though I could hear you if you were talking to the camera anyway, or talking to the screen. All right, so that's that. And again, like I said, I want to bring more color down to the bottom. I'm going to hold off right now, and this is just here temporarily. I'm going to hold off, though, a little bit until I determine what else is going throughout here. So if there are important dates or special occasions, I will typically like to mark them maybe with an icon sticker. So I'm going to just wait a minute until that happens. I just took a very quick intermission to ink up my pen that I'm using for April, and also to put my lines for this weekend column over here to split the Saturday and Sunday. So the pen I am using this month is my beloved beloved Pilot Vanishing Point in the black matte. This is a fine nib, and the ink is Sailor Shikiori Shimoyo. So that is the one that I needed to ink up. It's like a blue-black kind of ink. And if you've been following along in my journey with regards to my currently inked, each month I'm inking up 5 pens usually. Well, I always have many more than 5 pens inked, but 5 specific pens that I'll be using in specific planners and journals. So for my daily planner for the month of April, I'm going back to my love, my Pilot Vanishing Point, and it's going to be the blue-black colored ink. So I inked that up really quickly because I had already planned out which inks I'll be using in which pens, but I'm still waiting for a couple of them to dry, so I haven't inked up everything just yet. And also, I recently got this one back because I had to send it away for repairs, and that took 12 weeks, and it was, I honestly feel like, the longest 12 weeks of my life. So I'm really glad and excited to have it back so that I can use it. I've been using that pen well, all of 2022. I definitely used it in my daily planner the entire time, the entire year. And I took a break from using it since then. Yeah, because I sent it away in December of 2022. So it's been a very long time. Anyway, enough going on about that. So I'm looking at my dates that I have for April to see the things that I want to mark and what I need to plan out for this month. So I know my kids have spring break for a large portion of this month, so I'm likely going to note that with this. This is the Tombow M52, and I'll just do like a line across. And not only do they have spring break, but I'm also off of work with them, so we're all off. And then like a portion of that, my husband is going to be off as well. We don't quite have any like trips planned. I do have some plans for day trips, like one day trip with a friend, and a couple of things I do want to do with the kids. but we're kind of on the fence about whether or not we're actually going away. But anyway, so that's that week. So I definitely want to mark that off. But during this week, I do have some appointments, which is why I put the line closer towards the bottom. Okay, so on the 1st, I do have a breakfast date. So a lot of times I need to decide what I'm going to mark the things on my calendar with. If I'm going to use icon stickers, I don't think I'm going to, because those are kind of large. So since I'm trying to use up these cloth and paper dots that I have, I think I'm gonna go with these, and I believe I'll use the ones in the color ash. I feel like ash is supposed to be gray, but to me it looks blue. So then there are these that are actually very gray, which I feel like will stand out better on the page. So surprising myself, I think I want to use oh, that's the other one. I think I want to use these fawn dots, I think, because there is some gray in this kit, in the kit for the month of April. So it's fine to kind of play those up. And the ash dots that I was referencing, even though they're kind of bluish, I feel like they're a little bit too transparent for my liking. So I have something going on the 1st. I have something going on the 12th. It's like an all-day event, so that's when I would like to use something like a larger kind of icon to note that. So maybe that flower. That one seems too big. Pink? Nope. Okay, so I'll use this one for what I have on the 12th. And then the 11th is when my carpets are getting cleaned. So I want to use one of these, because you know they give you a window of when they're coming. Can use that. Does that bother me? I kind of wish it was up there at the top. Whatever. So I'm using that for the 11th. And then, let's see, 2, 12, 10, 14th. Oh, shoot. There is a reminder for the 14th. So again, it's not an appointment, it's just a reminder. So what I'm going to do for that is do, like, on these dates I use highlight and some pen to call out certain things that I have going on for that day. So that's the 14th, but because I've already used, I kind of feel like I'm going to regret this, but I'm going to put it here anyway. So I'll just do that. And that's where I will put that information. So that's the 14th. And then, oh, I have a nail appointment on the 7th. That I forgot about. Okay. Oh, this weekend is the New York Pin Show. So I am excited about that. I'm still on the fence about whether or not I'm going. I'm like, why not? I think I'm going. The reason why not is so that I don't spend a whole bunch more money that I don't really need to be spending. That is a good reason for why I should not go. But I've never been to a pin show, and I'm just excited to see how that happens. Doctor's appointment on the 24th. So I'm just going over my list again to make sure I have everything. So I have the 24th. I have this week's spring break. I have the 14th, 22nd, the 7th, and then the 12th, and then the first. All right, so I do have everything noted on the page. So now here is when I will go in usually and make things pretty. And this is why I was waiting to see which additional washi I might add down here to the bottom of the page. Also, something I didn't note is that on the 9th, that is actually my 19th wedding anniversary. So that is very exciting, and that is something I definitely want to note with like a larger sticker of some sort. That one's too big, but I like the pink. So let's see if there's another pink floral that I can use for that. I think these are too big. Also too big. Big. Yeah. These are really pretty, but larger than I want to use in that spot. So I'm going to go back to one of these pink flowers and just use that. And then I already have a little sticker, icon sticker here, noting that it's Easter Sunday on that same date. So that's what that's for. So now let's add in more of the washi here at the bottom. And I would like to do the inverse of what I did up at the top. So I want to do more of this gray washi and a little less of the blue washi. And for whatever reason, I just don't want to cover that one there. I think I can bring this down a bit. Ideally, I would have put this below the washi and put the washi closer up. But, you know, hindsight is 20/20. I didn't think this through. So here we are. So that's the gray one. It's very crooked. It's not your screen. It's me. I put that one on super crooked. And then this one is already peeling. It's like a half strip. Fine. So that works. And of course it's also crooked because I'm trying to put this over the middle of a page. But it's fine. It works for me. So there's that. So my monthly framework is in place. There's nothing else that I need to add aside from writing in what's happening on which dates, which I will do soon. And I'll come back and show you how all of that is pulled together. So now I'm going to flip to where my monthly collection pages go. So I've used this little journaling card here just to note for myself where this is going to go. And I made an error. Last month I mentioned that the numbers, the vertical and horizontal numbers that I got from Sterling Ink did not fit. They don't fit. But I mentioned that I thought they also did not fit my common planner, but they do. They absolutely fit the common planner just fine because that is a 4mm grid, whereas the Hobonichi is 3.7, I believe. So what I did do is order some from Randy.plans that's sized for the Hobonichi. So those are the ones I'm going to be using for April. So I got these are the vertical numbers, and then these are the horizontal numbers. So when setting up my tracker, I'll use, which one's the horizontal, and then setting up my 1 line a day page, I will use the vertical. So I'm going to stop talking, stop rambling, and set that up with you right now. and I'm back. Of course, I sped things up a little bit and cut some stuff out. But now I've come back, filled in everything that I needed to fill in on my monthly layout. So that's what we have right here. So I've plugged in all the dates that I needed to plug in, added any reminders I could think of, and I've been using, like I said, this dark blue ink. So it's kind of like a blue-black ink, but also with a little bit of grayish undertone. So I definitely think it works extremely well for the colors that are in this month's Sterling Ink subscription kit. So here is my monthly layout, all filled in, ready for me, set up and ready to go starting next week. And then I did not do any weeklies yet. Like I said, maybe that'll be in a different video. We shall see. And as I'm flipping to this section, I'm reminded that I forgot to put the tab up top. So I'll do that. Let me do that right now. If I can find them on this mess of a desk that I have now made. Okay, so just as I've been doing for the previous months, I'm going to just tab up at the top to denote this is April. And I've learned past couple of months that it's easiest for me to kind of fold it a little bit first to know, you know, to score it, and then I'll line up where I want to put it on this side. So the camera's kind of in the way, so is that good? Not bad, good enough. All right, so I lined it up right there on the vellum calendar that I stuck in here. All right, so flipping to my April pages, and my battery is about to die. Flipping to my April collection pages, I have on the left side my tracker all set up and ready to go, and then on the right side I have the vellum calendar, as I mentioned, and also the setup for my one line a day. And then flipping to the next two pages, on the left I have the page for my goals, and on the right the page for what I'm calling my retrospective. So it's going to be my monthly retrospective. It's either reflection, retrospective, or whatever. And like I said, I use this as a place to park sticky notes. So like my brain dump, add to planner, some post ideas. I'll use these sticky notes once March has ended. I'll transfer these over to April and house them right here, and then I'll get started with my April dailies right here. So there you have it. March is all set up and ready to go, and I thank you so much for joining me on this journey to set up for the month so that I can get ready and feel like I am prepared to tackle the month. Admittedly, I feel like I'm glad that March is coming to a close. I don't know if it's just because I'm ready for more spring weather, ready for winter to be over, or because March was terrible. I don't know. I don't know why I'm feeling this way, but I am excited to get into a new month. So now I'm all set up and ready to do exactly that. Thank you so much for joining me on today's video, and I'll see you in the next one.